Hello, my name is Jake, and welcome back to A Few Bricks Short. You may have noticed everything looks a little more heavenly. I'm finally making some changes and improvements to the area downstairs, and this is as far as I've gotten so far. Should I just do the whole video like this? So I made more habitats. This was at the end of November, and this time it was a hero and villain theme. This was hosted by Jen of BrickFam Builds and Todd of Teflon Todd on the Habitat Challenge Instagram page. It was a short challenge with 2 days to post habitats and the third day for the stack. So one habitat for hero, one for villain. The idea was also to practice some cohesion between habitats in a small scale manner, meaning that you could try to get two habitats to display well on their own and together, with some part of them tying them together other than just the theme. I also wanted to use all of my own parts for this without borrowing any of my son's stuff. So for my first habitat, I made Spider-Man swinging on a rooftop. For the walls of the habitat, I decided to do city building walls. This seemed like it would work with my literal nature I mentioned in my last habitat video, and I figured it would be a good way to have some cohesion between the two habitats. And at the time, I was playing Spider-Man 2 on the PS5, so I did certainly get some inspiration from there. For the left wall, I used the backside of white masonry bricks and transparent light blue bricks for the windows. At first I had some trouble with the windows because I was trying to line up the transparent bricks, but because of the overhang on habitats, I was always a stud off. I eventually just decided to ignore each individual brick and try and picture the windows as a strip. For the second wall, I came up with this brown and gold wall. I think it made use of what I had available without looking like I was struggling to find pieces. For the rooftop itself, I added a bunch of things you might find on a more commercial or industrial building, like ventilation and ductwork. For Spidey himself, I went with the Marvel Series 1 CMF. He's the most detailed and I just think he looks great. And of course, I wanted him swinging. I added some transparent cylinders and these transparent posing pieces to give him some height. I love using these to pose figures. He of course needed a web to swing on, but you can't just hand it to him. I added a bunch more transparent cylinders and another posing favorite, the Trans Clear Bar 12L with 1x2 plate end solid studs and 1x1 round plate end. Then I had something to hang the web on to give it a more taut look. I figured most of this would be out of frame when I took the pictures anyway. With that done, it was time to move on to the villain habitat. For the left wall, I made the same wall as the right side of the Spider-Man habitat. Cohesion. For the right wall, I ended up using black and these satin trans clear bricks for the windows. These bricks are really fun in person, but I'm not quite certain they photographed well, especially with the black. I added some of these tiles to spice up the wall a little. Similarly to the first habitat, I added a bunch of things to the roof. For the villain, I was going to use Doc Ock, but he was a little too big with my current and favorite tentacle setup, so in honor of my attempt, I added this newspaper. The next obvious choice for me was Venom. Given his popularity, especially lately, his usual rivaling nature with Spider-Man, and his inclusion in the latest PlayStation game, it just made sense. I decided to make it look like he broke this window, and also I used it as a place to attach him. His other tendril kind of just wraps around the side of the building, making it look like he just rounded the corner, like he owns the space. There he is. And with that, I can put them both together. I think I achieved the goal of the challenge on this one. One hero, one villain, two habitats working by themselves, and stacked. This one was pretty fun to do. It took some thinking, of course, to figure out what to do, but I think it turned out alright. I still need more parts to make... Why did I use this chair again? I still need more parts to make this easier, and then some organization. I skipped out on the Christmas habitat challenges here, as I just didn't have time. I think there will be one around Valentine's Day, so hopefully I'll be able to do something for that one. You can follow me on Instagram, where I post all the pictures for these challenges and other LEGO photography fun, if you're so inclined. But for now, that is all I had for this video. What? This isn't an hour-long video? No, this was actually a short one. Well, let me know what you think. I will see you next time.